Good evening, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Update for Wednesday, the 17th. All right, let's go. Well, not a bad day in the portfolio. Go ahead and bump your stop on KTOS. We'll take a look at all this in just 1 second. No setups tonight. We do have a lot of biotech setting up. This Pigeon still looks pretty good. We already have two bios in the portfolio. I like to see these guys bang out the IPT. We might add a goal since we did open up a slot by selling half and half. Remember, two positions max in one sector is a general rule of thumb. If I see a biotechnology stock tomorrow, maybe that has the most amazing setup that I've ever seen, then I might take it. But for now, let's just see how that shakes out. So again, lots of biotechs in here. Once again, this one looks okay. I prefer if it was a little further away from this prior peak in here before knocking out, but it's a nice little knockout move if you're looking to do something to the golds. I suppose it's okay overall. It's just not it's not jumping out at me as something like I'd feel bummed out if I missed it. Anyway, again, as you go through here, lots and lots of biotechs setting up still, and we may go after another one at some point in time. Let's take a look at the portfolio, and then we'll pop into the overall market. Hang in there if you're looking for new setups. We should see plenty soon, I promise. Well, that's up to the market, but we should. ABCL, not a bad day there. Good to see it kind of trying to get out of this consolidation. So far, so good longer term at least. ATAI still looks like it has potential. Speaking of longer term. KGC pulled it back a little bit, but it could use a bit of a breather. It's been on a pretty decent run as of late. Bit of a tear. Take a look at KTOS. Bam. Accelerating nicely to brand new highs. So we're going to go ahead and bump the stop on that one. Looks like it's up a little bit more in after hours, but let's not get too excited about that. TFPM off a little. That's okay, though. Longer term, still in a pretty decent trend. Let's take a look at the overall market and drill down a little bit. First of all, S&P 500 tried to rally but came back in, only down a smidge on the day. It could use a bit of a breather. It's had a pretty good run as of late. Nice, fairly persistent move, too, so that's always a good thing. Nasdaq Composite ended fairly flat on the day after trying to rally a little bit. These indices are overbought. It could use a little bit of a correction. Not that I want it to happen, but we're due. Take a look at the Russell, selling off a little bit off its worst levels, still down a little on the day. Some areas have come back in here, but they are stalling at their prior high, like cybersecurity. Take a look at internet, just off of these all-time highs. Well, I think that one's all-time highs. Gold, the commodity, up a little bit. That keeps it at brand new highs. Gold stocks correcting a little, but you can see they've been on a run as of late. Broker-dealer coming back in a little bit into its prior base. That's a bit of a bummer, but so far it still looks pretty good. It is consolidating at these high levels. Software recently came back. Another one of those areas that is bumping up against its old highs. I wouldn't get too excited, though. There's a few areas that look like this, but overall, things, for the most part, still look pretty good. Take a look at the fits right here at all-time high. So that's interesting. Now, in the metals, let's take a look at metals overall. You can see metals overall open a gap reversal there. We take a look at uranium. You can see it getting hit fairly hard, but it had a pretty impressive breakout just yesterday. So far, it still looks pretty good and does remain in a longer-term uptrend. Bonds actually ended slightly higher. They're hovering around these multi-month highs, so that's obviously a good thing. Hopefully, I know I just said hope, but hopefully they'll keep on keeping on. Financials coming back in a little bit. They're a bit of a bummer, a little sideways as of late. But all of these areas that are at or near new highs, let's give them the benefit of the doubt for now. Semiconductors kind of flatsville after trying to rally. So far, though, this little breakout remains intact out of this high level base. Biotech kind of flatsville, did it up a smidge, I guess. But nice little uptrend remaining intact there. It still has a little fluff to get through the little overhead supply back here. So overall, things still look pretty good. If you look hard enough, you can find some questionable areas, obviously, here and there. Like I just said, some of these areas that are bumping up against their old highs that didn't really take them out just yet. But for the most part, most areas still look pretty good. So the long side remains a side to play. Yes, we'll probably see some corrective action fairly soon because we're overbought. But after that, we're going to look to get long even more. Everybody have a fantastic night, or long again. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Thank you so much.